Hey, this is Brett the Hitman Hart, the best there is, best there was, and the best there ever will be. And you're listening to the Smacked Raw podcast.
Welcome to the Rewind. Long time no see, folks. It's that wrestling show RN and I do. We talk about the last week, couple weeks, month. I don't know, man. It's been a while. In professional wrestling, give our 2 cents on it and try to have some fun and shed a little levity on it. We're your hosts. My name's Kyle Tyson.
And I am the invisible John Cena of the Smack Pro podcast.
All right, we're live. You can't do a second take on that shit. Fuck, how you been, man?
Good.
Good.
Yeah, working, doing some dog shit. The usual.
Yeah, same here, man. Same here. Working, dog shit. Usual. I have officially accomplished my New Year's resolution. Over the last 2 Sundays, I did my first paid photo shoot that was not funded by my mother.
Let's get it.
Yes, sir. It was my son's Taekwondo studio. It was a lot of fun. We took a whole bunch of pictures, and several of the parents. So it's pretty cool. I'm hooked. I'm hooked, man. So
They turned out good too. They're pretty dope. Yeah,
man. I haven't even shown you a lot of them I've. Because I'm like, a lot of people are like, dude, they're minors. You got to be really, really careful before you, post them. And so I've gotten permission from most of the parents. There's just a couple more I'm going to follow up with. And then I'm probably going to dump my favorite pics over on my Facebook. Just look up my Facebook, Kyle Tyson. It's you won't find too much wrestling-related content on there nowadays. It's more or less a lot of my photography stuff. But if you want to see, what I'm up to with my, with this camera when it's not doing the podcast, go check it out, and you'll see a whole bunch of Taekwondo pictures and shit. So it's pretty cool.
Oh yeah,
yeah, man. How's the dog kennel business treating you?
Good. We just we bought a new stud. He just came in a couple weeks ago. Deuce Bigelow, Frenchie Gigolo. He's a lilac and tan fluffy.
Oh, that's cool, man. I seen the pictures. He's adorable. Whenever one of the moms retires, I want dibs, man. My wife,
say less.
Yeah, my wife, Jessica, she's been wanting, she doesn't say she wants one, but anytime I tease the idea of getting her a miniature dog, her heart melts. I feel like it's something feral in her. I don't even think she realizes how much she wants one until I start teasing the idea. And yeah, she's all about it, man.
We'll talk about it. I'll get you together.
Cool, dude. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, man. It's been a pretty neat couple weeks for yours. Truly, I had a minor setback professionally. Turns out, RN, I'm a pretty shitty manager. I'm a really good employee. I ain't the best manager. I'm kidding though. But the store I worked at was underperforming, so they came in and they were like, "Hey, we hate to do this, but you got to go back. We got to put you in a different store, and you got to start over." And I said, "All right." I said, "Is it closer to my house?" And they said, "It's about half the distance." And I was like, "You know what?
I'll take it.
I'll fucking take it, dude." Because I don't know how much I complained about it on air, but I was commuting 100 miles a day, both ways, of course, fucking for that job, and it was adding up, bro. So I said, it's you know what? I'll take with every, I don't know. Think of some analogy where it's you get bad news, but there's good news too, and that's kind of it.
Right.
It's yours truly right here. So there was, at least it wasn't all shitty, but I was still kind of bummed, because no one likes to fail, and even though failure is a part of life, and you and I, we're old enough to understand we can't hit home runs every time. It still fucking sucks though, to fall on your face.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why we missed last week. Yours truly was being like a whiny bitch, and I didn't feel like getting on air and being depressed. So, but I'm good now. I'm good now, though. We're all straight.
Shit happens. Like you said, bad things happen, but then you have the good shit with the photography. It's like it comes and goes.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's all good. I've had a chance to attend a couple wrestling shows. Of course, last month, me and Gavin went to Revolution, saw Sting's retirement match, which, by the way, live. If I didn't go over it on, I think we talked about it last show, was fantastic. And then I surprised the kids, literally at the PNC Arena, and we went to Monday Night Raw this week, which that was pretty cool. I got us terrible seats though, but luckily they just were excited to be there. Right. We were, I don't mind being like so far from the ring because PNC Arena is not even that big, so it's not that bad. Mm-hmm. But we were positioned behind the Titantron, and that kind of sucks. Like, so all the Titantron stuff that was on, we didn't see a fucking bit of it, and so that took away from it a little bit. But the kids, like I said, they still had fun, and Raw was halfway decent. They had that last woman standing match between Becky Lynch and Nia Jax, and Becky jumped off the ladder, and that was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's pretty dope.
You went to that indie show that you were talking about a lot.
Yeah, we main event was the advertised main event was RVD versus Matt Riddle, and they started out. They had their match going back and forth. You still got it. And then America's Most Wanted came out and interrupted them, and then they turned it into a tag match, which clearly RVD and RV Bro they won. So
hell yeah. Didn't you post something like somebody had slipped RVD some weed or something to that degree? Did I misinterpret that?
No, I slipped him some weed. Because it was like weird as fuck. Because like the bathroom was like where the locker room was. So like they're walking in and out of the locker room, but the bathroom's right there. So like I met Shane Douglas. I told him about I met him. Heatwave '98 was in Dayton, Ohio, and it was right down the street from this mall. And I met him, the Dudley Boys, and Tommy Dreamer at a Foot Locker, and I got their autograph on my fucking receipt for my shoes. And I was telling him about that. He was like, "Oh my God!" He was like, "You're fucking grown." I was like, "Yeah, I'm almost 40, motherfucker." He was like, "Damn, you're making me feel old." So then I met Sonny Ono too, and then like RVD was like after a couple times before the match, he was like in and out. I was like, he's like, "What's up, man?" I was like, slipped it to him and then headed out.
No shit. They're doing an episode of Cops on SmackDown. I don't know if I'm behind the feed or not.
Who the fuck is that there arrested?
That's LA Knight and AJ Styles.
God, he's so fucking big. I didn't even recognize him.
Dude, AJ is freaking swelled up, man. Especially when you see him like compared to like regular people.
Right.
Like these paid actor cops. That's funny as shit. They had the cops dash cam and everything. Mm-hmm. Look at how creative WWE is getting lately. They're doing this, and then on Raw they did that really cool one shot where they followed a dejected Sami Zayn from the promo, and he walks past R-Truth and them, and the camera leaves Sami Zayn, sticks on R-Truth and crew, and Matt and the Miz, and then follows them out for their tag team qualifying match. That was look at WWE being creative, man. This is refreshing, dude. It's good for them.
Fucking AJ looked like Luke Gallows.
Yeah, he looks pretty big. RN, you saw the most recent episode of Dynamite, which took place in Canada. Mm-hmm. It was highlighted or main evented by Christian and Edge in an I Quit match. What'd you think of the show?
I mean, it was a decent show. Like, it was all right. I mean, swerving them definitely was my highlight. Hold on, man. I'll be right back.
You're good. We got a special guest, anyways. I'll go ahead and take you out, and we're gonna put in Mr. Lee Walker. What's up, Lee?
Hey, what's going on, boys?
Hey, man. What's up, dude?
I'm at work, so I'm at my office. But,
let's see what this. Give us a little peek around, man. What are we looking at here? We on your cell phone?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, no joke. Okay.
And then if you do some.
What we got going on over here? This is a backstage tour of Perch on the Top Ropes day job.
This is straight from
What we got going on?
the pinball machine.
Okay.
But I don't know if you can see it. The autographs.
Yeah, I see him.
Yeah, I got it autographed by the band.
Oh, quit lying. You know that was you. It was you with the Sharpie and some free time.
Yeah.
Yeah. How you doing, man?
Same old, same old. It's just 15 days till WrestleMania, so I am working a lot more than normal because Homeboy doesn't want to pull money out of his account for this trip.
So you're going to Mania this year?
Oh yeah.
Oh shoot, man! You can drive an extra like 8 hours down south and come visit yours truly in North Carolina, man.
It's only another 8 hours. You might have to do that.
It's only 8 hours, bro. Come on, man. It's like a day drive right there. It's like you do that to go out for lunch.
Yeah, I might have to do that.
Yeah, dude. How's Perch on the Top Rope doing? I know you just interviewed. Great segue from what me and RN were just talking about. You just got done with an interview with RVD.
Yes, I was actually listening, and that's when I was like, "Oh, I gotta hop on. I can totally hop on. Screw it. I don't care
man.
Work." So I met Rob Van Dam at Larger Than Life Comics the day after RN watched him wrestle with Matt Riddle.
Yeah,
he was doing a grand opening for a marijuana dispensary in Clay, New York.
of course he is.
And I had three of his WWE Chase 91 figure, which Mattel canceled because the ring gear from his WrestleMania 25, I think it was. The ring gear he worn with the yin yang and the Japanese stuff of the Rising Sun. Apparently, it's a conflict over in Japan, and I think he said Korea.
Oh wow!
So they canceled the figure. But
so they didn't even cancel his stuff over any like weed stuff. Like this was Japanese culture.
Yeah, and
of all things that you'd think RVD would get his action figure pulled for.
Yeah,
Right.
So I had 3 in the box, which is like completely unheard of. So he was like, "Dude, I was just talking to somebody about this yesterday because someone asked me what figure that I really need, and it's this one, dude." He goes, "What do I got to do to get this, bro?" And I was just like, I got them all from China. Obviously, I made friends with some factory workers and things like that.
Are you serious, or are you doing like a little bit here?
No, I'm very serious because if I was at the Hasbro bar, I would literally pull out like all the test shot and prototypes that I've bought in from this one individual person from China. And like, I've only seen 2 Ultimate Edition Logan Paul test shots, and I have one of them. The other one my friend has because my friend bought it off the same person.
Okay.
So like,
so you're getting some like inside deals right now.
Yeah, and
okay.
I'm about to get some boxed prototype figures, which getting them in a box, like the box that they come in, which it doesn't look like how the box itself comes out in store shelves. So I'm picking up some of those. But he was like, "Bro, what do I got to do?" And I was like, "I know what I paid." And it wasn't much. It was like $120 for one I gave him.
Yeah.
So I was just like, you know what? And I never paid for an interview or anything like that, but this is like that one time that I was like, you know what? I'll give you the figure if you do an interview with me. He was like, dude, done. How it happened.
That's dope, man. Way to go.
Yeah,
way to go.
Literally the day.
And you didn't get too greedy. You know what I mean? Like, because my mind, I'm gonna tell you, like, first instinct, $10,000.
Yeah.
like that's the very first thought that comes to mind.
And because like I thought about it, and like one of the first things I asked him about, I'm pretty sure it was the first question, was the night before with him teaming with Matt Riddle. I asked about what it was like to team with Riddle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I gotta hook you up with my buddy James. He collects figures like he has like a whole room with just fucking stacks and stacks of signed figures and shit. And he was at the meet and greet for that. He got RVD's signature, Kurt Angle's, and a couple other people's there too that day.
Yeah, it's really cool. Like when you're like, it's really cool to meet the guys
Right.
just to start, but like to have items that stand out to them, like what I did, like that's a story he's going to share on his podcast. Because like when we talked about it, he was like, I'm going to make a whole separate YouTube video of just the figure, and I was like, hell yeah, cool, like I'm all for it. Like he was a really, really cool dude, and I'd have to say RVD's probably one of the most chillest guys you could talk to.
That's we kind of I can't think of the wrestler's name, but he wears like the glasses and shit. And he's like the throwback or old school or something like that. My buddy James had an NWA hat on that he wanted, and he was like, James, like, here, just take the hat. He was like, what do I need to do? He's like, take a picture of me and my buddies, and he took a bunch of pictures with us and shit, whatever, for the hat.
Yeah, he seems like a pretty down to earth guy.
Yeah,
is what I would presume his personality would be. Did you say someone's got rabies?
The
The hell was that?
hardware store here.
Which job is this, Lee? You said you've got, you're a man of many hats.
So I'm at the bus garage right now, dispatching
The party buses.
Yep.
What we do is we go because we have a state college in the Ontario. So what we do is in the beginning of the night we pick students up, bring them into town. At the end of the night, bring them back.
Okay.
We're a much bigger version.
Yeah, I always think back to my trip to SummerSlam whenever you talk about the party bus business, because being in Nashville over on Broadway, it was every 20 or 30 seconds just a different party bus coming through with a whole bunch of like drunk sluts just having a great time. It was a ton of fun.
I used to be on the buses and answer the phone and dispatch buses out because we didn't have an office.
Yeah.
So I that's how I did it. 2016, bought a building. Was like, all right, I'm not on the buses anymore. Have fun, everybody. So since then I've been here. Side.
Does it? I imagine the allure of being on a party bus fades fairly quick.
Yeah, it really.
Never being on one, I think it'd be like a really fun time. But then I feel like after 10, you'd be like, okay, this is a bit much.
So like, I have tinnitus. My ears ring nonstop. It's a result of being on the bus like for so many years doing it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's like going to sleep is terrible at night.
Just a bunch of chicks screaming in your ears.
You just hear like this buzzing nonstop. Like they're loud, and like the sororities, they like to they chant their stuff, and fraternities do it too. Just in general, like when you got 30 kids on a bus, it's not like a school bus where you can,
sit your ass down.
Yeah, they're not listening. They're drunk.
They're paying you to be rowdy.
Yeah, right. There's rules of like no vaping on the bus, and like constantly I'd constantly catch kids, and I would be like, put it away, because if I catch you again, I'm taking it. And then like you catch them hitting it again, you'd go back there and being like, all right, I'd be like, all right, give me the vapor, get the fuck off the bus, straight up.
Yeah.
Oh, Lee, you're no fun. You're no fun. You fucking buzzkill.
I mean, they get the vape back when they get off the bus, but I'm like, give me the vapor, get off. And fights happen. 2006, I was almost stabbed. Like wild shit. Yeah.
Oh man, I imagine if a fight broke out on a party bus, it just turns into a Royal Rumble. Just people just trying to toss each other out.
The last fight that I was involved with, a kid was beating up on like one of the like smaller dudes on the bus, and like I double leg takedown right into his seat. But like he locked me in a guillotine right away, and I was like, "Oh shit, I'm fucked." Because he got on. You got right.
You got to put the head in the chest, man. You got to put it in the chest. You can't go under the arm, bro. Give him your neck.
The other mistake was I was head up, not down. Because if your head's down, you're protected, and they can't get under.
Yeah.
He got under, and all of a sudden, I'm like, shit. I'm punching him in the elbow. I'm punching him in the elbow, and he lets go. And as my head pops up, just like that, head tilts back. I go flying to the front of the bus. Next thing I know, there's just 15 dudes just throwing punches, and all I'm trying to do is get to the one guy that I started with, and like I'm just like pushing like people away and like avoiding punches to get to this one guy. Next thing I know, knife out. My dad's the driver. He pushes us both off the bus. Back of my head hit a curb. And this kid went flying, knife goes flying. Next thing I know, there's 5 cops and guns. And I'm just like, I work on this thing. I'm working. 3 people ended up getting arrested
I wish you hadn't mentioned your dad, because in my brain, I'm picturing that you were the driver. And so now we just got this wild bus just banging off of light posts and stuff while you're in a fight.
Oh,
man.
dude, because if I was driving, I would have slammed on those brakes so hard everybody would have went flying.
Yeah. I was picturing some like Michael Bay movie.
But like the driver like stopped and like went running because there was a cop like nearby.
Yeah.
All of a sudden comes back. I don't even realize he's gone. I'm just throwing punches with this guy trying to hold his one hand because he's got the knife. And it's just like a pocket knife type deal, but I'm like, I don't want that fucking thing in me.
Right.
Next thing I know, we both
pocket knife.
Next thing I know, we both just go flying off the bus because the door was open. We were right at the door, and then there was like 5 cops right there. I wore glasses at the time, so like the officers are trying to like tell me like Lee, who was the one doing it? I'm like, yo, they literally need to be right up to my face, and I don't think I want that because I can't see because the kid broke my glasses.
Oh no, not your glasses.
So like after guns are down and they've got who's who, and they arrest the 3 kids, the kid that was beating up on me, and then his 2 buddies were the ones that all got arrested. Everybody else like took off, or like the cops were like, get out of here.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, that's usually just cops. They don't have enough power to try to subdue everybody, so it's more or less just disperse the crowd.
Yeah,
I remember I was involved in a brawl once, and that's what the cop did. It was actually really weird because I had a feeling there was going to be there was like a fight that was taking place between like 2 people, and there was like a whole bunch of people that showed up, and I had a feeling something was going to go down. And I was like wearing one of those big like puffy like Adidas jackets, and I hit a baseball bat in it, right? and I didn't have the balls to use it. I was like, maybe like I can scare somebody.
Scare somebody off.
Yeah, I was like, by the way, just for some context, I was 16. But just before it sound like a fucking middle-aged man about to like beat up some kids with a bat. No. And I remember like a couple people started brawling, and so I was going to get involved. I handed my bat to like my girlfriend. It was like, just swing on anybody that like tries to jump in. And then I start fighting this one kid, and like there's like it's like white noise at that point. But then eventually I hear cops, and me and the dude break up, and I stand up. There's a fucking cop holding my bat to my face, like he was doing my move that I had pictured in my head, and he just put me in cuffs, and everybody dispersed, and then he took me out of cuffs. But yeah, that's usually what they're there for. Just like break up the crowd.
Right. Yeah. Make sure nobody gets killed.
Yeah.
Or stabbed.
or hit with a bat. Oh man. Lee, let's go ahead and get back on topic while we got you here. At least get some wrestling shit out. What are your thoughts on Mercedes Mone joining AEW?
Yeah. I don't care for Mercedes Mone, to be honest with you, so I'm not affected. I like it. Good for her. Good for whatever amount of money she's making.
According, I mean, a dollar figure hasn't been come out, but I guess the word is that she is now the highest paid female in professional wrestling. Like history is what has I think been distributed recently.
Did the ratings reflect her pay when she debuted, or this following Wednesday, or anything like that? Does anyone know what the ratings were? I don't, to be honest.
So I don't have the exact numbers, but I was watching a video this morning. Dynamite received its highest rating, I believe, this recent week since like January of 2022, 2023.
That's what I know. It was like 2 years or something like that.
Yeah, and then the same thing with Rampage. Since Rampage followed Dynamite, their viewership pretty much doubled what they normally do.
Okay.
And they had like the highest viewership they've had since 2021, January 2022, something like that.
Well, look, I hope that she makes like an effect.
Yeah, that's my thoughts.
Like, you know, I know the tribalism with wrestling and stuff like that, and to be honest, like realistically, any wrestling fan shouldn't want like any company to fail or anything like that. And like I know I'm very critical on like the wrestling product. Like I was I'm pretty harsh, I would say, with AEW. It for me, like a casual fan of AEW, it's hard to watch. So I'm hoping that, like, you know, I've seen that they've hired writers and, you know, they've started adding more staff like that. So I can only hope that the product is going to get better. And from what I understand, this past Wednesday, like the Edge and Christian match, I saw a lot of people saying it had like a lot of WWE vibes to it. Okada winning his championship, that match apparently had like WWE vibes to it. You know, so the only thing I'm afraid of is like if that starts happening, I don't
like a sense of AEW losing its identity.
Well, I don't want fans to necessarily like blame AEW for making these changes when we've literally been advocating for these changes, and now they're making these changes, and now
not even that, they hired WWE's second in command, Kevin Dunn, to do these things
for like production wise. Yeah.
So you can expect that there's going to be a WWE feel to it. I'm okay with that. To me, it's not like a loss of self-identity or anything like that. But it's like, as a casual fan, I have complained a lot about why I can't watch AEW and why it's been hard to watch. But this past Wednesday, I thought was an amazing show. 2 weeks ago, I thought it was a good show. I don't think it's like AEW losing their identity. I think it's more they're finding what they're coming into and what their fruition is.
They're finding their identity.
Yeah, still finding. They're still a young company.
Right.
Like, they're still looking like. Look at how TNA first started. It was a regular ring, you know, just the four, and they found their identity with the 6-sided ring, and you know they found their identity through their match types and stuff like that. And it took them from 2003 to like
2008,
09 for them to like really come into their own of what they are and who they are and what they are. So AEW is still young and they're still growing, you know. It's just like that poster recently. Someone made a poster of like every former WWE talent that's on AEW's roster, and there's like over 40 in there. And I had like a big problem with that because, like, all right, there was Chris Jericho, and I can sit there and go, well, he's from Winnipeg, you idiot. You know, like, he didn't start out in WWE. Was he part of WWE? Yes. Was Taz part of WWE? Yes, but he didn't start there. You can go back and, like, if you look at that poster, not everybody started in WWE. They were
my thing with that, like, I'm pretty harsh on AEW too, but my thing was, like, at the time when they were getting started, there was only one fucking company in the game, so of course everybody's going to be on WWE. Like, I think people always forget that point. Like, where the fuck else were they supposed to sign them from? There was only one major company for what? Since 2000, what was it? 2001 to 2021, 2021 or whatever. Whenever is that when AEW started? Or 19.
19.
So 18 years of it being one major company in the US. Of course, 90% of their fucking roster is going to be from WWE. Like that part, like as much like I give AEW shit too, but like some of the things that I see people giving shit, but like just take a step back and like look at what the landscape was when they started. Like,
yeah.
And then on top of that, AEW signed all the independent guys for fucking WWE signed all the independent guys for NXT. So it's like they had no choice. Like my thing now is I'm attacking everybody, anybody on each side with the tribalism shit. Like, and for me too, like I think that she's a big fish in a small pond. Like I don't think that to me the presentation, everything just didn't add up to what she is. But to me, it's
well, it's not going to because AEW doesn't have that level of presentation.
Let me finish.
Oh man, come on! I just want to jump in.
They're working on it, and it has been better. Like the entrances with Renee and the other lady out there, like doing it like on a sports show and shit. Like that's better. I do like the graphic, even though it's NXT 2.0 ish. But my thing is like you're a billionaire family that owns this business. And you hire WWE's number 2 out that handles their production and everything. Like, give that motherfucker some money to get your shit together and make it look like the number 2 promotion in the world. Like, and my thing is too, like, whoever does Collision, like especially during Punk Collision, whoever was producing that show, why is that motherfucker not doing AEW? Because Collision looks like
Collision really clean. Seemed really
looks
clean.
Like, yes, the number 2 wrestling show in the States. AEW looks like ECW used to look like at 3:00 in the fucking morning and shit if you could catch it. You know what I'm saying? Like the vibe is completely different. Like, and it to me, I think it's dumb as hell that you would put your best lighting, your best production, your best entrances, and all that shit on a show that comes on Saturday that nobody fucking watches. How about flip that, maybe?
Yeah, I think the general consensus is AEW is getting its some momentum back this year. I think the product's been much more engaging and entertaining lately, the finding its identity again. Like I think Tony Khan was like coining the phrase that like they want to recapture the feeling, the feeling of 2021, and like I totally get that. It's ups and downs, and I like what you said, Lee, where it says TNA had to take darn near 8 years to find an identity and a niche. Here's AEW making good strides 4 years in. So I mean, there's compliments to be had for how it's done. As far as like Mercedes goes on the show, once again we find ourselves saying the same thing. Hopefully this brings more motivation into the women's presentation in AEW. Hopefully this brings some change. Obviously, the majority of people, myself included, are going to say like, I'll believe it when I see it.
Right.
But we've had a couple women main events lately, a couple, I think, multi-segment shows. Mm-hmm. Nothing too earth-shattering yet, but if you're going to pay Mercedes all that money, hopefully you've got some plans in place to utilize her and her division, because you can't, she's going to be a bust if you don't give a shit about any of the potential partners or opponents that she has in her tenure. Like, so logic would dictate that they're going to get motivated and build some momentum with the women in AEW.
Yeah. And to follow up on that, being honest, she is injury prone, so whoever they have work with her, have them work smart so that they can avoid what's happened between the whole Adam Cole and Devil story with MJF, because like now, guess what? Like we're not getting payoff to the end of that storyline, and I would say, to be honest, with Matt Taven, Adam Cole, Roderick Strong, and the rest of the guys, I would have to say seemingly like no one cares about it now. Like
it definitely doesn't have the momentum it once had, for sure. It is. So you're right about that.
Anything involving Mercedes Mone, where stuff is like set in stone for a while for her, like seemingly like they had stuff set in stone with that storyline with MJF,
Yeah.
But having to leave for surgery put a damper on that.
Poor MJF, by the way, can't. Like, we talk about Cody finishing the story. MJF has had multiple stories that he's had to bail out of the ending. He had 1-1 with CM Punk, and then, of course, like we just mentioned with Adam Cole, 2 very, very hot feuds that had people salivating for a conclusion, and fucking just at the end can't do it.
Yeah.
I was expecting a rebuttal. Okay, cool.
Oh,
well, anyway, we lost RN. He muted himself. He doesn't even know.
You can't rebuttal a fact. I mean, that's just the brass fucking tacks of it. And really, that shit was over when Adam Cole broke his ankle. That's when that shit was done.
They really were in a rock and a hard place with that.
Yeah,
they couldn't. There was no one logically they could change the devil to, and they just had to play the hand that they were dealt at that point.
I think, like Lee was saying too with Sasha, like, to me, if you knew she was coming, you should have been building up at least 1 or 2 people for her to go against, instead of her just like randomly. Like, I know Willow's kind of a big deal, and they have been kind of slowly building her, but
Julia, I mean, granted, she ain't on the level of Mercedes, but she has technically been built up.
Yeah, I understand that, but like, is it going to be her? Is it going to be Willow? Like, in the end,
it has to be Willow.
But that's what I'm saying though. Like, so, like I said, I don't know. I just don't have any faith in them. Like, and I do like the presentation that we've been getting with Will Ospreay. Like, I've been talking about Will Ospreay on this show for 3 years, but Kyle refuses to watch Japanese wrestling, so he doesn't know what I'm talking about. But
I catch a match or two from Wrestle Kingdom every year.
Right.
I'll say this: when it comes to like Okada, Will Ospreay, and Mercedes Mone, at least this time around, they kind of gave you a better idea of why you should be excited for them.
Yeah.
Like, before this, one of my biggest complaints was they're bringing talents over from New Japan Pro Wrestling, or they're bringing talents from CMLL, and they're not telling you who they are and why we should be excited for them. Because, like I said, as a casual fan, I don't know who these people are, and it's nothing against them, but like,
they do those things. They just do them on shows that no one watches, like fucking Collision and Rampage.
That, or they try to give you the backstory during the wrestler's entrance,
right?
Like, Excalibur just goes into Excalibur mode, and rattles off 2 years.
Like, me and Kyle used to have this fight all the time because he watched Being the Elite and all that stuff, and like 90% of their storylines they explained on that or Dark or some shit, and then I'm supposed to know who this dude is or why these people are randomly beefing when they were just doing something else the week before. But the backstory and the build up was on shows on YouTube and Dark and Elevation, all that shit that nobody a casual fan doesn't fucking watch. So it's like, that's what was hard for me. And like, and they're still, like I said, they're improving immensely, like with that shit, like getting us up to date and like keeping us informed and shit. But like, this was such a huge influx of free agents. Like, I feel like it's like Philly with the Dream Team shit. When they signed Vince Young and all those motherfuckers, like, and they thought that they were going to go like fucking undefeated and shit and like break all these records. And then they went out in the first rounds of the playoffs. Like, Tony has not proven to me that he can be that type of leader to reel this shit in and work with it. Like, I am glad that they came in with Okada as a heel and with the Bucks, because to me, it showed him in a different light. And the Bucks, people are starting to get them now. Like, because they always say, oh, these guys are the EVPs. They're making themselves win, blah, 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 blah. So now they're finally leaning into it, and people are coming around and seeing that they're
that's cool that they did find a way to do that too. Yeah, right. They made themselves part of the production team during Okada's match, and the camera pans back to them, and they're telling the production team to show the replay and stuff. It's good. It's smart stuff, man. It's good stuff. Is. Yeah.
And then Will Ospreay, like, we just never had a British dude like him. Yeah. He's got swag. The swag is fucking off the fucking meter. He can wrestle any type of style you need him to. He can have a great match with fucking anybody. Like, if they fumble the fucking bag with Will Ospreay, like, I told this to Kyle when we heard about this, I'm like, I am officially jumping ship on him. Like, I'm gonna give them a year, and if he's not the champ or at least like headlining all their shows within this year, like, I know I said that about Swerve, but I mean, Swerve, realistically, like, he's black, so I didn't expect it anyway. But if they fumble the fucking bag with Will Ospreay, like I am fucking done with this company. Done.
Oh man. No, Will's pretty cool though. He's pretty good. I'm not gonna. He
gives a good.
His match at Revolution, and then of course the follow up with Kyle Fletcher on Dynamite.
And why don't they have this motherfucker a soccer kid outfit yet?
Yeah. Oh, it's coming. It has to be coming, man.
It should already be. It should already had a rental. He got that fucking random one look like he had made at the mall and shit for the show or whatever. Like, bro, get this man taken care of. Like, what the fuck?
Oh, here comes Cody. Cody's coming out on SmackDown.
Sham-a-lam.
This is WWE trying to salvage Roman Reigns and make him not the least important player in all of this story.
Right.
Roman. We got 2 more weeks to make Roman important again. But somehow, yeah, he has become the least important person in this story between Cody, Seth, The Rock, and himself. Oh man. Now, hey, look, man. As far as not having faith in AEW to do well by Mercedes and the women, and then of course Will Ospreay, don't let that get confused with not wanting them to be able to. It's like we genuinely want to be proven wrong on this. You know what I'm saying? And they have the tools, they have the potential. Like if they fall on their face again with this, which is a very distinct possibility, you can't really make excuses because they have the talent, they have the money, they have the potential, they've got the knowledge, they have everything. They just need the leadership and the team to just put it together and then keep a level of consistency with it, and also have just a little bit more what's the word, instead of being like long-term plans, not necessarily long-term bookings, but like just not so much short-sighted plans, like stop and go shit. Because that's what we used to get with Vince back, when we were WWE was at its worst in the last decade. It was because everything felt like it was on a 2 to 3 week cycle, and then would just start over, and
or sometimes not even just that. Like it just be a whole storyline they spent a month on, and then randomly out of nowhere it was over, and the guy's feuding with somebody else, and with no explanation or like anything. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man, Lee,
yo,
you looking forward to WrestleMania, my friend?
Yeah, I'm gonna be there.
I know.
Of course,
I'm just fucking humor me, bro. Like,
I how can I not be excited for it?
No.
Like, imagine that if I was just like, no, I'm not at all.
Not really. I'm getting dragged there.
I'm being forced to go. I don't want to be there. I get to watch 2 days of amazing matches and get to go to WrestleCon for 3 days. SmackDown, NXT, and Raw. Nah, fuck that. I don't want to go.
It sounds exhausting.
I think. I'll tell you what, though, if Roman Reigns wins, I am going to be. If you think my Natalya Neidhart rants are bad,
well,
in this case, good, because they are hilarious. I am going to go off so bad about Roman Reigns if he wins on night 2. It's not even going to be funny.
They're gonna burn that building down if Cody doesn't win.
There's still a possibility, man.
Yeah, no, I personally,
seeds,
I wouldn't be mad at it.
The seeds of doubt of prolonging it to SummerSlam, that seems like that's the tangible doubt right there, where it's like they could hold off. But yeah.
To me, I think personally, I like Cody chasing and not having the belt. So like at this point, like I wouldn't be mad if he lost.
He's gonna have a good promo afterwards, and then we'll just see. We'll see what it's like with him as champ.
So like if he did lose and Roman wins, I would personally be mad because, one, I watched the same main event on night 2 years in a row with the same outcome.
Mm-hmm.
Be mad. 2, I'm going to be mad that I paid more money in tickets this year than I did last year for the same main event and for the same outcome. Number 3, I'm going to be mad about it because after this, I can't take the Cody Rhodes finish your story seriously. It's at that point to me, it's going to be a joke. Like, all right, you tried twice, go to the back of the line, no one cares. Start wrestling the Akira Tozawas and the Otises again. Get your ass to the back of the line. Start over.
You lost me on that one. Chill out, bro. He's still the top babyface in the company. Relax.
You know, go to the back and go get face paint. Go get that Stardust thing.
Oh my god.
Kick this man off our show, bro. Listen, bro. There's no Cody slander on this fucking
Cody
show,
is
bro.
He has restored the faith in white meat corny baby faces being entertaining.
Emphasis on white.
Yeah.
Emphasis on white. I don't like baby faces. I don't like white meat white baby faces at all. I fucking love Cody Rhodes, man. I'll take a bullet for this motherfucker.
Something
bro.
about this dude, man. There's something.
Well, I said, you know what? He ain't even white. He white facing, bro. I forgot. Motherfucker's Colombian or whatever. And he got a black wife. He got mixed kids and shit. He got a neck tattoo. That ain't no white man, bro. I keep forgetting, bro. That's definitely a Latin dude, bro.
By the way, when I went to Collision, I was in line and there was a guy walking alongside me with the Nightmare Family neck tattoo.
Fire.
And there's not Collision, but Revolution. And but yeah, and this other woman over here, she was clowning him. I was like, all I could think of was like, I wonder if he got that before or after he left.
The thing that kills me is that I don't know why. Like, I don't know why I love him so much. Like, I didn't know. I was on Black Twitter, Black Wrestling Twitter. I didn't realize so many black people hate Cody Rhodes. I'm like, what the fuck are y'all watching, bro? I'm going to turn my Black Wrestling Twitter card in. What the fuck? That man's a fucking saint. He's an angel.
I like that RN, you and I have polar opposite approaches to social media now. Because you and I both have run into the same problem, the just unbearable pessimism that is like just online culture in general. Mm-hmm. And you go straight in and attack it and go into it. And I've just shut the shit off. I get on Twitter and I like see like the first bad opinion and I'm like, that's why I don't do this shit no more.
Oh, I've
like
been
so you and
up.
I've
been
like,
turning up.
You and I went complete opposite directions.
Literally, my profile picture on Twitter was my face on Swerve's body with Nana in the back. And this dude tried to tell me I was a WWE shield. I was like, did you look at my profile picture, you stupid fuck?
Oh, man.
Like, I'm like, you can like both. It's okay. Like, you don't have, like, everything this dude posts, he's like, well, those WWE fans do this. I'm like, nigga, you're doing the same thing. You're just doing it on AEW side. And the fact that you can't see this is fucking mind-boggling, bro. I share his shit all the time and talk shit about him while I share his shit every day.
Yeah. At Revolution, the guy next to me was really cool, but he was like essentially like a shill. And he was being super cool with me though. Like he was like the nicest guy. He bought me a fucking $6 Mountain Dew. And but I every time I was like, look, man, it's all right. I was like, you know, they're doing some fun stuff over there. I like this and that, but this is really awesome. We're here having fun. And he wasn't a complete dick, but you know, he didn't like WWE.
I've defended AEW more in the last like 3 months on Twitter than I have the entire time they've been a company.
I think people are it's not as harsh to liking both, but harsh in the belief that you can't criticize what you like. Like the moment you start being critical about a product, there's the emphasis is that you don't like that product and you're a shill for the other product. When it's like
which it doesn't have to be like that, bro.
Well, it's weird that it's like that with pro wrestling because like you would think that a lot of people are like sports fans, you know, like there's sports fans everywhere. Maybe not everybody, but there's a lot of them. And what do sports fans do? They bitch about their team. They'll bitch about where their team is fucking up.
You don't know enough about sports to join this. That's not true. Because listen, I am a New York Football Giants fan. I hate the fucking Cowboys with every inch and fiber.
No.
Let me finish. Let me finish.
Go ahead.
Let me finish. I'm saying I understand the tribalism part, and it's more to that end than what you're necessarily saying. Because yes, we all bitch about our own team. But we all have that one team that we will never say anything good about. We will never praise. We will never fucking give them any type of fucking credit. And any like real sports fan that has a team, we all have that team. The Giants or the Cowboys. I hate the fucking Cowboys. I will never give them credit for anything. I will never fucking praise them for anything. I will never say good job for anything. I fucking hate them with every inch of my fucking soul. So that analogy, like, yes, you're right to a certain extent, but also I just hate them motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get that part to an extent.
And while we're at it, fuck the Kansas City Chiefs too.
See?
Yeah, no one likes.
He's a Bills fan.
The Chiefs are the new Patriots, man. People fucking hate them now.
Yeah. That's right. I'm a Bills fan. He knows.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. We all got that one team. Like, I watch all football. I love football. I love pretty much. I don't mind watching every other team, but when the Cowboys are on my screen, I want them to lose. I want people to have season-ending injuries. I want the fucking roof to cave in at that stupid ass fucking stadium and shit. That's like a mall and fucking restaurants on the inside. Like, motherfucker, play football. That's why you can't win any football games. Too busy worried about being entertaining and selling shit, bitch. Sorry.
It's all good. I guess you got me. Okay. I was just like, yeah. It's just like I've pissed and moaned about the Patriots, but I never had like other Patriots fan be like, "Oh, you fucking hate the Patriots. You must love like the Giants in this." I'm like, no, I still love this team, but like, it's just got some bullshit.
Like you said, like you're right. We all bitch about our team.
Yeah,
like that's the whole part about. Man, we should have got that fucking dude. Man,
it just doesn't seem like it just doesn't seem like there's it seems like there's like a people kind of don't rationalize that when it comes to like pro wrestling. Like I think a lot of people just are like, you have to be all in, and if you secretly hate it, you either have to like openly hate watch it, or you just don't admit that. Like,
did you not just listen to the rant I just told you, bro? That's what it equates to. It's like here where I live, everybody's Bengal fans. They hate the fucking Steelers. Everything about the Steelers. No one will ever root for them. Ohio State, Michigan, same way. But you know what I'm saying? Like every team has that one team where it's just like no matter what they do, no matter if they're good, whatever, we fucking hate them. We hope they all die. And that's just, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I was saying about your analogy. It's right to a certain extent. But then it's also that other side of the coin where, fuck them. Everything about them, fuck them.
Yeah. Look at Cody trying to be a good guy, shake Roman's hand, and Roman's all freaking self-conscious about it. He'd shake Paul Heyman's hand, though. It's hilarious.
Cody looks like a fake, like his face is fake.
He looks like he was made up on Politician Simulator.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like it was like put in AI. Give me a politician for 2024.
Yeah.
Give me a generic white guy.
Give me a generic white guy
politician
who's actually not white. Give me
give me a generic white politician who's trying to get the black vote.
Right. Give me a generic politician white facing.
It's just a picture of Cody with Brandy and their dog out in their front lawn in their nice ass house, like suburban house behind them. Roman snapped his fingers. Uh-oh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they just play this music. Okay. I thought like a giant net was going to fall on Cody or something. Oh, here they come. All right.
Your delay is way behind mine.
No, it's not that I'm delayed. I started watching late.
Oh.
Yeah. And gotcha. I haven't fast forwarded through the commercials. That's usually what I do. Is I usually start like 15, 30 minutes late, and that way I can fast forward the commercials. But I had to set the show up, so I just let it keep running.
Oh, I ain't got nothing else. What you got, man?
No, I mean, that was pretty much it. Thank you, Lee, for hanging out with us for a bit, man.
Yes,
oh, yeah. As soon as I heard the RVD Matt Riddle talk, I knew I had to jump on.
Yeah, man. You're invited to always hang out with us, even if it's like for 10 minutes or the whole show.
Didn't you say your buddy was at that show?
Yeah, my buddy Justin was at the show, and it was funny because he took a photo of you.
I was about to say, I was the only black motherfucker there going crazy. It wasn't hard to miss me.
He was like, yo, is this your buddy? You guys were like on opposite ends, though.
Yeah.
Where you guys were. So I was like, yeah, that's him. He goes, dude, there's so many people here. Because I told you and I told him, I go, hey, go find him.
You know, it was crazy, but like by the time the main event happened, like half the people were gone. Like when we first got there, it was literally like you couldn't fucking move. Like it was even people like standing up in the aisles and shit. Like that fucking place was packed.
They said they had like 1,500 people, and Rob Van Dam said, like he said, he told, like, in the interview, he was like, you've probably never heard of Chillicothe, and that doesn't surprise me. But he goes, every time I go there, the crowd is bigger and bigger, and that big time wrestling has done a good job there. He said there was 100 people at that show.
Oh yeah, easily 1,500 people. Easily.
That's insane for like an indie show type deal.
Yeah.
You know,
like I said, I was telling like some of my friends, I took some of my friends that never watch wrestling, and I was like, it's gonna be a good time. Yeah. And I was like, some of these dudes will never wrestle in front of a crowd this big again in their fucking life.
Yeah.
Like, and I wasn't even saying that to be a dick. It was just like that's how many fucking people were there. I'm like, they're never gonna wrestle in front of anything over 100 people most of the time. Like, yeah, it was fucking crazy. Like, I did not think it was gonna be like that. Like, cause I go to these type of like shows, like special shows all the fucking time around here, like that. Like you said, Chillicothe is in the fucking sticks.
Yeah,
I'm talking about the only thing there is a prison. That's it. Like, not even trying to be funny. Legit, it's in the fucking sticks. The only thing there is a prison. And so, like, the turnout for that, it was fucking nuts.
Yeah, it's awesome though. You know, to hear all the stars that they had from Sonny Ono, Ultimo Dragon, Kurt Angle, Riddle, Van Dam, Kevin Sullivan. I mean, you guys had like 20 or 30 legends
literally
at that show, which is amazing.
Tony Atlas, Pitbull 1, Shane Douglas. Like it was fucking crazy.
You said Pitbull 1?
Yeah. I can't remember his name. I just know he's Pitbull 1.
Yeah, there's Pitbull 1 and 2. One of them's real name is Gary Wolf.
That's what it was. Pitbull 1.
Gary Wolf, yeah.
Yeah, him and Shane Douglas had a dog collar match.
Oh wow.
Yeah. It's not what you think. Hardly any violence at all, just a bunch of punches and kicks, but yeah.
I didn't realize Shane Douglas was still alive.
Oh yeah.
He just wrestling. I don't know why in the back of my head he just seems like a wrestler that I figured would have passed by now. I'm not gonna lie.
No, he's good. He's I think he said he owns a couple I think he said car washes or something maybe in Pennsylvania that he's been doing and shit. Like how he's been, I don't know. We talked for a little bit. Yeah, it was legit.
All right, before we bounce, Lee, you got any upcoming interviews you wanna drop here? Tell people what you got going on coming up.
So if you go to youtube.com at Perched on the Top Rope, you can see right now I've been posting small clips with me with Rob Van Dam. I've been posting small clips with me and former WCW Lash LaRue. After this coming Tuesday, I have, because everybody's got a price, the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase.
Let's fucking go.
That's pretty cool, man. So, he was on NXT just a couple years ago when he gave Cameron Grimes the belt.
Yeah. So
we named one of our studs Ted DiBiase.
That's right, you did, didn't you?
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna be pretty excited about that. So Tuesday, Perched on the Top Rope, because I always say, remember, spoiler free's the way to be.
Facts.
You're so fucking corny, Will. Lee, I love you.
I gotta be.
I love it though. I'm cheesy as shit too, man. I'm the guy that says I hope everybody has fun. So trust me, it's all good.
For shizzle.
I do not say for shizzle. It's too urban for me, RN. It's too urban. All right. Oh man, listen, you guys. Hey, thank you all for coming and hanging out. Thank you, Lee. It was a long 2 weeks. So I'm glad to be back. RN, yes, glad to see you again, man. We need to link up one of these days. Iron out whenever you're gonna come hang out. Maybe get you down here on like my birthday weekend or something. That'd be pretty cool.
I think that's in the cooking. We definitely need to get that group chat going, discuss it, see what Adam's up to.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we'll figure it out for sure. Remember, everybody, If you're struggling with addiction, mental health issues, you're not alone. Don't suffer in silence. It's definitely a hard thing to overcome, but one of the first steps that always helped me and RN here was just finding someone to talk about it with. RN and I are both in recovery. We're both alcoholics, and now enjoying a sober life, being happy dads and like husbands and boyfriends. One of the coolest story arcs of this podcast was watching RN hit rock bottom after losing several family members and his girlfriend. And you took the necessary steps to regain control of your life. And now you and Taylor back together, man. That's still like one of the happiest fucking things I've ever seen. And I got to live that vicariously through you, brother, man.
Well, I mean, you were a big help and a big inspiration and shit. I was like, I got a guy that's been through it right there. I fucking talk to every fucking day. You know what I'm saying? So it was great to have somebody to lean on. And I'll actually be on the 29th. It'll be a year and a half for me.
Year and a half, baby, dude. Way to go.
Thank you.
Yeah. So once again, man, just start the conversation with those around you. Don't suffer in silence.
We're here for you. Like I said, we're never alone. Like, even if you just want to like cuss us out or some shit, just to get it off your chest. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're always here.
Yes, sir. And yeah, man. So catch us next week. We'll be back live on Thursday, I'm pretty sure. Thursday, 9:30 p.m. Twitch.tv/SmackedRaw. You can also catch us on YouTube, youtube.com/SmackedRawPodcast. And then we're over on our Twitch channel at SmackedRawPod. That's where you'll catch all the live streams. And of course, the video is uploaded to YouTube if you ever can't catch us live. But it's a bunch of fun. Glad to be back. Until next time, y'all have a good one.
See y'all next week.
Effing. The outro just stopped playing.